How you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. How about you?
Pretty well. So one of the things that I know, especially with business owners and with getting to know you, one of the best things that I would like to know, and know other people interacting with you, like why did you start your business, or how did you get into doing what you're doing?
Oh, what a great question. So, I've been in franchising my whole career. I actually started as stuffing off, you're going to love this, stuffing envelopes for a franchise company in Newport Beach, California. And I literally, that's where I began. And here I am today, over 40 years later. So I have owned a franchise. I owned a Sir Speedy. I have been in the industry ever since, spent 10 years in automotive, helped startup companies. And then I was selling franchises. And when the opportunity came for me to be a franchise coach, consultant, whatever you want to call me, what I loved about it is that instead of me trying to sell you something, I get to match you up. So I get to know you. I get to figure out what is really something that would be perfect for you. So that's why I decided to do this. And I started this about 18 years ago.
Wow. So not only do you like find a franchise that's going to be, I think, successful for most of the clients, but you find what's going to work well with certain clients, and then
Exactly
how they can excel. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, of course. So it's a process that I take people through. And part of it is the first step is to have them fill out a confidential questionnaire. And the reason, and what I always say to them is, it's going to get you thinking about business ownership, because it's not about the widget or the service. It's really about the characteristics of the business. So, Allan, do you want to be home-based? You know, we've all been in COVID, right? So do you really like this working at home? Or would you rather have a retail location?
I would like a blend. How about that? I mean, I think there's that kind of factor where I think, you know, the kids around, the dog, and then there's the, hey, I would like to at least have a location that I could have the opportunity to do maybe half in office or location and half remote. What would be a franchise that you would recommend in kind of that situation?
So a lot of franchises in the service industry offer you that opportunity.
Really?
So you would probably be in like an industrial area where you'd have an office in the front and you'd have warehouse in the back, and you might go in and greet the team, get them started, send them out to do the work, and then you can go back home and work from your home office. So there's lots of opportunities like that, but there's also a franchise opportunity, interestingly enough that you said that was actually designed, the CEO of the company designed a franchise around the fact that he was working all over the world and he really had a basic home office. And yet when he was home, sometimes the kids were distracting. So you know how people will go to like an executive suite?
Yes.
Well, he created, it's called, I'm totally going blank on the name of it. It's Office Evolution. We don't have one around here, and I wish we did, because at Office Evolution, you can have your mail delivered there. They have like areas where you can just go down, hang out, work at a table, you're around people, or you can rent the conference room. But this is a great franchise that has one employee.
Oh, wow.
Think about that. And in the world of COVID today, those are going to be so popular. And with rental rates the way they are right now, there's going to be tremendous opportunity. So see, to me, it's like putting a puzzle together, Allan.
Yeah.
Like, you know, who are you? What do you like to do? All those type of things. So I have them fill out the questionnaire. Then I have them take an assessment. And the assessment was designed by people in the franchise industry. So it's very franchise centric. And it really is helping to identify what type of businesses, what type of person you are, your characteristics. And then my favorite part is doing the consultation. That's where I spend time on a Zoom, and I will work with the husband and the wife, and we will spend over an hour talking about, you know, what is it you really want to do? You know, how do you feel about sales? Have you ever managed people? Give me a little bit of job history. What have you done over the years? And my favorite question is, if you look back on your career, what was the most fulfilling job you ever had?
Oh, wow.
And there's dead silence. And I let them be quiet because I want them to go back and think about what they've been doing And then they'll say to me, you know what? I really loved it when I was in college and I was, working for the local hamburger shop. I just love that. Okay, great. So now I know they're kind of an adrenaline junkie and food may be something they'd really like, right?
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because I asked one. So I will tell you that 90% of the people, when they think franchising, they think food. Most of them end up not doing food because it's very expensive. You have to have multiple locations and it's a lot of work. I mean, you have to love HR because you're going to be hiring people all the time. However, that's part of what I do during the consultation is I educate people on franchising and what the different models are. And maybe you want a mobile business. So there's so much.
Okay, perfect. That's really good to know. So then one of the things, especially now with everything that's happening with tools and technology, what's the best way on how we do business with you?
Oh, well, I changed my branding thanks to the Mission Viejo Chamber of Commerce last year because they decided to call me the franchise lady and I fell in love with what they said. And so now I'm the franchise lady. So if you Google the franchise lady, I will pop up.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So you can either find me on Google, you can go to LinkedIn, just put in franchise lady or my name, of course, and I will pop up and come connect with me.
Oh, that is perfect. And do you prefer call or text, email? What's kind of your...
I don't care. I like to meet people where they're comfortable. So if you're more comfortable sending me an email and booking a call, great. If you want to just send me a text and see if I'm available, I've always been the type of person who made myself available to my clients way back when we had beepers and I had an 800 beeper and I wanted you to know that I would be available to reach out to you. Yeah.
That's cool. Hit me on my beeper. I like it.
There you go. Exactly.
Excellent. And then for more than anything, because you were mentioning for a lot of these, how do you go on site? Do you do Zoom? Do you in person, phone call, online? How is it that you really kind of start off?
So first of all, I work with people all over the country. And so obviously I can't do a lot of one-on-one in person with people outside of this local area. So I do a lot of work now on Zoom. And I think people have gotten very comfortable with Zoom, realizing that there's something nice about a connection of seeing the person and seeing their body language and so forth. So I'm very comfortable with that. But if you're not, that's fine. We can just do it on the phone. I don't care. Like I say, I want you to be comfortable in what you're doing. But the chamber has been so wonderful for me. They were so welcoming. It's funny because I'm active at the chamber now and, we let people come and visit. Heck, I joined the chamber already and then I went to my first Daybreakers meeting. I didn't know.
Okay.
Because I thought, well, if I'm going to be a member of the chamber, I got to get connected and meet people. And, it's just been the best thing I ever did moving to Southern California and moving to Mission Viejo.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that insight. And especially, so you can basically use any of the tools of technology.
Yep.
They can get a hold of you internationally, locally, you're able to get a hold of. Perfect. And then, so one of the things that I know is always important is who's like your ideal client or kind of customer that you would recommend for franchising?
So typically I work in the space of senior executives who have C-level executives. They're either in transition, maybe they've been working for corporate America for 20 years and they've been displaced and they're thinking, you know what? I think I just fire my boss and go do my own thing. Because a lot of them just don't want to go back. And others are corporate executives that love their job, make a lot of money, are doing very well, but they're thinking, how can I create more wealth? I have an exercise I have people do, and it's like, okay, when were you born? When do you think you're going to die? And where are you today? How much money do you want to make? Right?
Okay.
So if they have a job, J-O-B, just over broke, not the senior executives, but if they're in a job, if they don't do something different, they're not going to grow wealth like they want to. So I take senior executives and I say, okay, why don't we take some of your portfolio and instead of investing all of it in stocks, let's do a margin account. And we do portfolio loans all the time. And you can take some of that, borrow against it at 3% today, pretty sweet. And let's find you an investment that would be either like that one I told you about, Office Evolution. That's a great play, one employee. The boutique fitness, while they've been hurt during COVID, they pivoted so quickly. A lot of them didn't really miss a beat.
Okay.
So there's those type of things. And plus, remember, anything in hair care. I mean, Roosters is a men's hair salon owned by Supercuts, owned by Regis, and they're looking to develop in this area. And it's a really great concept. And it's designed for that executive who wants to keep his job, hire a manager, and the manager hires the employees, and he oversees the operation.
More the turnkey operation, kind of make it a little easier.
Exactly.
You mentioned something that's really important. It's kind of like most of us have to have like 5 streams of income, and we think of our W-2. We
That's
think
right.
even kind of as if we're self-employed or those things, you have those items coming in, maybe our portfolio, but a lot of us fall short on either rentals or the kind of almost mailbox money that is important, because with franchising, and a component that I think a lot of people might not think about is that inflation or that time value of money increasing, or if there's a downturn or the cost of living going up, our portfolio accounts can't make that jump all the time. So franchising, I'm sure, has got to be a great addition to one of those additional sources of income.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great way to build wealth.
Beautiful. And so more than anything, what makes you different from the competition over the years that you've noticed?
Well, I'd have to say my 40 years in the business. I mean, our business is kind of like real estate. It's easy. It's kind of easy to get into. And a lot of people get in this business and they find it's a lot of hard work and they don't make it. So the thing that sets me apart is the fact that I've been in the business, I've been a franchise owner, and the companies, I have a portfolio of about 350 companies, and I know those companies. I know the CEOs. I've been to most of their corporate headquarters. I know their development team, and I only introduce people to companies that I know are A-plus brands, because my reputation's going on the line, and it's really important to me that I do the right thing by my people.
That's good to know. I like that. And find the the franchise lady, finding just the perfect match.
Exactly. That's what I do.
I like
That's
it.
my goal.
Excellent. And then for one of the things that I know is always important that I like to find out, why the Mission Viejo Chamber of Commerce?
Well, because when I moved, I lived in Washington for 20 years. And when I moved back to California, because I became a Grammy, which I am just so in love with my grandbaby, I moved to Mission Viejo. I looked in this area, and this is the area that I set up. And I made the decision that if I was going to live here, I wanted to work in my local market, and I wanted to get to know the local people. And it has been the best thing I've ever done, because they have become my family. I mean, I have this big family of people that every Tuesday when we were getting together, or every Tuesday when we Zoom, I mean, these are all my friends, and I care about these people and I trust them. So I know that I can refer people to them because I know that they'll do a good job. And that's important to me.
That's good to know. I thank you so much for that. And then any closing thoughts or kind of takeaways that you'd recommend kind of as we move into 2021?
I would say the most important thing is people like to work with people they know and trust. And it's really important that you look for a community of people so that you can grow your business, and don't be afraid to ask for help. So many people are shy, and, they want to come off like, they have it all together. The reality is we all need help at some time or another. So don't be shy and ask, because we're all here to try and help you any way we can.
That is so true. You don't want it to be you versus the world. There's a team of resources that, all of us have probably been through different stages of our lives. That's or right. Most importantly, businesses that we provide insight and expertise on. Well, I want to say thank you so much, Phyllis, for your time.
This has been fun.
Absolutely. The franchise lady, you give her a call, text, email, spotlight. She can get a hold of you, or you can get a hold of her. I want to thank you so much for your time, and look forward to working with you in the future, and also for the community, the franchise lady, Phyllis Gary.
You bet. Thanks so much. Bye.
You're very welcome. Bye.